Hi, everyone. It's Trace Face recording here from my living room tonight. Wanted to get this video in. Here's Maisie. Yeah, they're playing right now, so you guys are going to probably see him running around up and down the stairs. Um, I wanted to get this video in over the weekend, and needless to say, it didn't happen. But here we go at the attempt to get this done and get this information that I wanted to share that I wrote over the weekend to all of you. And these are just my thoughts. And I know um, countless others out there are feeling the exact same way that I'm about to explain how I feel and what is happening to people globally through the internet, cell phones, especially the smartphone, and what is happening to human beings collectively as a whole. Okay. And what I believe is occurring on such a severe level, it's not even the word for it, is this end of human connection. It's the end. The smartphone equals the actual end of human connection. And hear me out, because a lot of people uh, feel like, no, the cell phone's connecting me to all this great stuff. Now, I will talk about the few things that it is doing, but tonight I would like for you to think about some of the stuff that I'm saying, uh, and please feel free to share in the comments what you have seen this doing to those around you, including yourself. Yeah, it's affecting all of us, you guys. All right. Not only is this the end of human connection, especially for me who was born and raised in the 80s, born and raised in the 80s and 90s. Okay. But we are seeing a lack of human empathy at all time levels we've never experienced before. Okay. It's there's no words to describe the lack of empathy happening right now among human beings. So I want you to think about this for a second. The first point I want to make is on the cell phone, okay? On the cell phone, on the computer, but mostly your cell phone. It's very intimate. You're privately taking your cell phone with you, okay? It's yours. Yeah. And you're opening this device up, and the entire experience is from your own perspective. Your own perspective. So you get to decide who you like today, who you don't, what you want to do from this, and what you're actually viewing and experiencing is only of your own perspective. Hear me out for a minute. Hear what the point I'm going to make in a minute. Back in the day, okay, you might be in the middle of your favorite series, you know, your favorite movie, your favorite show was on TV, and you get a phone call. Okay, the phone call would come in through, the power lines. And most of us, if not all of us, would stop what we were doing. We didn't know who was on the phone. It could have been anyone, but we would stop what we were doing, you know, and your guess was as good as anyone's as to who it could be. And you pick it up, and it was your friend Tina. So you stop watching what was ever airing on TV, and you probably would talk to Tina. And you'd probably talk to Tina, not probably, most likely. You'd be talking to Tina for anywhere from an hour, 2 hours. Now you're going to go and look and see who's calling. And It's not because you're a bad person. It's not because you're this. It's 9 out of 10 of us are going to see who's calling now and just decide not to pick up. You'll convince yourself, it's probably not a convenient time right now, or you're tired, or you're busy, or you'll just call them back another time. But you won't. Most people are just going to resort to texting them, texting the person that actually decided to call you. And this goes on every single day. But it's worse now. It's worse than even just this scenario of the fact that we are just living lives from our own views, our own perspectives, our own wants, our own desires. What if Tina was calling you because there was something really wrong? It's the boy that cried wolf now, because then you got people, freaking out if you don't respond back either by text or phone. People freak out by that. Where are you? What are you doing? We got that whole other scenario to consider. That's not healthy or normal, because everything's just, here it is, here it is. Where are you? You are attached to your phone. Everybody knows it. You're attached to it. I'm attached to it. Everybody's attached to it. And God forbid, people like me who have businesses where we need our phones, we have to sit and think about other ways that we can protect ourselves from the overload of this. But now it's even worse. Now you've got hundreds upon thousands of people from your past, your present right now, and your unknown future, all waiting to see you online, all congregating online, getting together online to see what one another is up to. And the expectation is that you are supposed to keep up with these hundreds and thousands of people all on your timeline, scrolling through, making sure you remember their birthdays, making sure you like their profile picture, making sure you caught that vacation they went on, or that extravaganza, or that all the deaths that just went on in their family. Oh, also make sure you know about their dog visits, their daily adventures and thoughts, their stories, and the list goes on and on. It's entirely endless, this list. And if you don't go on these sites, let's say you took a break from Facebook or Instagram, God forbid, and then you came back, you are shunned like a cult. You missed Becky's birthday. You missed Frank's party barbecue. You didn't get the invite and you didn't even respond to the invite on Facebook. And people expect that of you now. People expect for you, as a business owner that's on the phone with countless people throughout your day, to be responding to their emails, their text messages. They're messaging you on all over the place, telling you to watch these videos, and they think, you're not getting 15 or 20 more people doing the same thing in the same day. And so the expectation is not, it's not attainable. It's not possible. And if you don't respond to people on these social media sites, they're going to take it personally, and you'll take it personally too, without even recognizing you're doing it. Oh, well, they don't bother with me, so why should I bother with them? And it's to the point where here we are. That's how we communicate with one another. That's where we hang out. That's where we find out what one another is doing. That's how we connect. And now you've got more than 50-50 now. A few years ago, it was 50-50. I believe it's over that now. of how people are dating. They're online swiping left or swiping right, determining the value of someone's photo and their quick biography as to whether or not they're worthy by that information alone. All from your perspective. We're living in a society right now that deems your worth or you being unworthy within seconds. And we're all doing it without realizing it. How many of us watched a TikToker or a YouTuber for years and then one day we just said, I'm over it. I don't like what you just said there. I don't like what you just did there. I don't like how you're dressed today. I'm done. Why? Did you actually ask yourself why you're doing that? We're doing that with people. People are doing that in their own lives every single day, ending 20, 30-year relationships, friendships, not even questioning it. I'm done. I'm over it. Then you got back in the day, bullies, they would gather, to gang up on a person. Today, it's even easier for these people. They just get online. And what's happening is this group think is occurring on such a massive level that people are getting on the cult trains with thoughts, with ideas, not with facts, with feelings. And everyone's on board. Followers following other followers, following, blindly being led by the nose. It's that willingness and want to cancel someone, cancel culture. Let's dox another person online. Let me catch this person. Let me get my phone out and catch this person who's tripping and falling in front of me rather than help them out. And then you got, back at, a few years back, 20 years ago, everything was these reality television shows. Now people want to watch each other's reality television right from their cell phones, all over TikTok, all over Instagram, all over YouTube. People who are literally fighting with one another, video to video. And people are watching other people's lives. Voyeurism. We're sitting here as a society in complete voyeurism, watching live reality television show, it's become people's regular steak dinner and Saturday night fun. This endless scrolling people are doing. Endless. And the dopamine that people are getting from these things so quickly, the dopamine hits, that it's an addiction with undeniably an addiction that is affecting everyone, every single one of us. Because let's say that you're saying to me, you don't have a problem with the cell phone. I guarantee somebody in your life right now does. Oh my God, they're basing their value looking at how many likes they got or didn't get today. Well, I guess this person got a lot of likes, so they're worthy of following. This person didn't. I shouldn't follow them. Blindly being led. Followers following each other. Take a look at our youth right now. You guys know adolescents or young kids who are already on these things, already got their tablets. Watch the youth right now. That's going to tell you everything you need to know about what I'm saying today. They have zero desire to do anything but get on that tablet. They don't want to go outside. They don't even want to talk on the phone with their friends. They don't have any ideas about what they want to do with their future. They if you ask them, would you want to go maybe volunteer at a nursing home? Or are you excited to get their license? Or are you excited to learn a new hobby or trade? No, they're not. They're excited to think about starting a YouTube channel. They have learned that online validation is the key to life. I mean, it is, look at what's happening to women. Women have all gotten on this face procedure train. The statistics of women who are going after their own face are astronomical. And if they're not already, or if they've not already had procedures done to their skin and to their faces, to get the lip injections, to get Botox, to get this lifted, to do these, to do whatever it is, they are using filters, or they're using both, and they're going online like this. And that's the expectation, is that you go on and you do these things. So what you're looking at, it's not their face. That's not what these people, God-given, naturally look like. But that's, and what are we showing young kids? That's okay? That's what you do? That's not your face, ma'am. That's not your face. Now, we can all sit here and argue that we all want to look our best, right? But when does it ever stop? When does this end, this pressure we're putting on ourselves by living our lives online? What are we teaching each other? Relationships. You want to be in a relationship in 2024, 2025 coming up? Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter what age. I work with all ages. I'm hearing about this from clients I have in their 80s to 13-year-old kids I work with. Relationships exist with pornography in them. It's you, it's your partner, and it's all the strangers from the internet that are part of your relationship. All of you, all hundreds and thousands of all of you, and all the perverted scenes that you've watched, and all the images and all the bodies running through your relationship. So you can either swipe left, you can swipe right, but pretty much be expecting now that that person that you want to date watches pornography. What's left now inside of a human being with all of this? It's not much. We want to talk about how we're all nervous about AI. We are the AI. And the ones that see all of this, like I do, like I realize, like I, at times have a serious problem coming on here often. I don't want anybody to you shouldn't be, and I'm getting to this in a minute. Let me try to stay focused here. The people that are with me on this, that feel there is a problem that is starting pretty much and ending with these things. It is the devil's device. The ones that are seeing this, the ones that are feeling this, day in and day out that are deplorably scared for the future of human beings, seeing where we're already at right now, we're terrified every single day. And then we're not even talking about the increased violence from all this being at our fingertips. What kids have already seen. You want to talk about faces of death? That was like the big thing in the 80s and 90s that kids were watching. It's far worse, you guys. The violence in pornography alone is awful. What people are able to even talk about on TikTok that I'm seeing, there is no rhyme or reason to who can say what and when the alarm bells will go off in their algorithm to shut a video off. People are telling horrific stories with no warnings. People are putting up pictures with no warnings every single day. 2 years ago in New York City, I bet you don't even know this, there was such an increase of crime and violence that the state was in a state of emergency. I was actually supposed to go meet Paula from NarcCon, who's coming to visit her son in the States. And I didn't go because I was afraid. I was afraid to go because they had just put out the state of emergency that New York City was unsafe to be in. But the things that are going on in that city on the subways, people are desensitized to this information completely. No one's even talking about it. And let's not even forget or even possibly not consider the fact that for the last 4 years, people don't have money to leave their house. Families to this minute, to this moment, and this has been going on for 4 years, have to make a decision whether they're going to pay their light bill this month or get groceries. And it's not for any other reason than these companies that knew we needed them. The oil companies, the electric companies, the cars, all the things that we need, the necessities that we need. They bumped up the prices. These greedy corporations all bumped up the prices, knowing full well that they could take advantage of a hurting society. And that's what these greedy, disgusting people did to all of us. So what did we do? Especially in the last 4 years, we got online. We all wanted to feel like we were connecting with other people and connecting. And in some, some great things did come out of it. I got to tell you, we watched celebrities lose their ever-loving minds during the pandemic because they realized they couldn't be on set for film. They didn't know what was happening. The world was changing rapidly. People just sitting in their living rooms all of a sudden were the people that everybody wanted to listen to and not them. So they lost their minds, and we watched this in real time. They got canceled. They're getting canceled now. They found out we don't worship them at all. We used to, and we don't any longer. And that was one thing I was happy to see. We also did reach one another. We did. We had a voice, some of us, that we weren't able to have for a long time. And we were able to reach each other and able to find like-minded people out there that are feeling all of this in the very same way. And we decided in the United States of America that we're done with this whole woke culture. The people spoke and they're done. They're done with the woke thing. And that was enough. Enough has been enough with this because we're tired. and we aren't free. Not yet. But most of us want to be. And some of us would literally die if we could go back to the old days where, hello, is Tina there? Hi, Tina. How was your day today? Tell me about it. You want to go do something later on tonight? Man, the 90s was the last era of simplicity. And I believe any sort of what's left of innocence in relationships, in courting, where were still decency, there was decency, there were values, and there were morals. And these elites came along, and behind the scenes, things were getting worse and worse and worse. We just didn't know it. Human trafficking, rituals, things that people thought you were a conspiracy theorist, even talking this way, because the few that did get out of these cults were telling us what they do to get their wealth, to get their power, to make these decisions for the rest of all of us peasants. And we watched, God get taken out of everything due to their decision to do it. They were trying to tell us, okay, I got you all by the grip. It started with the computers in the 90s, and then here we are. And they figure they got us so good that they can continue to tell us what is good and what is evil. And so they decided to take God out of everything. And look what's happened. We watched so many school shooters and public massacres. No one even blinks an eye by these things anymore. You got people, there'll be a mass shooting going on that day, and they'll be worried about taking a selfie to put up on as their profile picture. All experiencing everything from me, myself, mine. And so, what's left? How do we get this empathy back for one another and stop with all this? I'm doing this video today because I know I'm not alone with this, and realizing this is really bad. And I know that most of you, you're tired too. We all know there needs to be an actual real reset here, a divine intervention where we are making God in charge again. And we are worshiping him over ourselves and our stupid cell phones, where we don't worship anyone or anything but him. And then maybe we would see what I saw and I witnessed with my own two eyes in the 80s and 90s. Hi, Tina. How are you? How was your day? And actually meaning it, not on speaker. Hey, Tina. How was your day? Yeah. Oh, not much. I'm just getting this picture ready. I need to change my profile pic. And none of these people on your Facebook, in your Instagram, care about you. Why? Because it's impossible that they care about you, and they care about hundreds of other people that are on their feed. So here's my suggestion. And you go ahead and tell me in the comments if you have one as well, or if you agree with mine. My suggestion is to start putting timers on this thing and get this thing to be something that you put in the other room. And when you're having conversations with someone, you are having conversations with them. When you go out into your community, because I believe that we're going to change things by starting to think about some of the other people that don't have it as good as we do. And if you don't have the money to volunteer for other people to try and help other people and get this whole perspective off of you, right? Because that's how you do it. So you can volunteer your time. Your time. You know how many people, you know how many elderly are sitting in a nursing home, and you will go and ask the head nurse, and she'll tell you which ones nobody comes to visit. Not one person comes to visit them. This is how we're going to make change. Hear me out. We need real connection right now in real time. I don't know about you, but I don't want for God to decide he's taking me tomorrow in this type of state we're all living in. You know, completely feeling isolated and feeling like everyone is a rotten narcissist. Things have got to change. And yes, there are so many of them because many people aren't recognizing what's going on. But there are so many of us left that do, and we see this. We still have empathy for others and this world. And we know we can do better. And we can do more than what we're doing right now. We can do more. Yes, we can. And we can start by making that very small change that, guess what? I'm going to find out what's going on in my own community. And I'm not going to take my cell phone and videotape myself going down to the homeless shelter this weekend to feed people, or going down to the food food drive, or delivering clothes for kids, or visiting the elderly. Now, I know a lot of people do this because they're trying to encourage other people to do it, you know, and you know, I get it. I get that. But some people just are doing it for the clout of this. Ugh. And if you do this, guess what? You go and you sign up to volunteer somewhere. I don't care, guys, even if it's 2 hours a week, that's it. Guess what? You're going to meet other like-minded people, more good individuals, people who are also there, not for a paycheck, not for anything in return, but just you're going to form, you know, true connections by what you're doing. This is an idea I have. I've talked about it before, but I think a lot of people might have missed me talking about this. And I think it's an idea that I believe in. I believe, you know, the internet is a praise-seeking place. It can bring a lot of joy and a lot of information to people, but there has got to be a balance. And we have got to get these things back the way they used to be, where we aren't living in this false reality and only living through our own perspectives by the screens of our cell phone. And I believe just by all of us thinking this way, starting to do this, this can change everything. It starts, you know, that whole thing, it's not a cliche. It does start with you. It does. And it's going to stop this worldwide narcissism pandemic. All the narcissists are going to be on here doing their narcissism thing, and no one's going to care about it. Just as we're canceling the celebrities, the same thing's going to happen because people are sick of this. doing this for clout and attention and gratification and validation. All the same results are happening over and over and over in their lives. And we don't want any parts of it. So just get out there and go help somebody else who is in need, has needs that you don't have, has worries that you don't have, and troubles you don't have. That's how it's going to start. You have a roof over your head right now? Well, someone right now in your own neighborhood does not have that. Find them. You know, the soup kitchens, the toy drives, the hospitals need volunteers. So many places need volunteers right now in your own community. You know, and you don't have to have money. You just need to donate you and your time and your smile. Helping other people will lead you to a more purposeful life. And it's going to be the answer that we all need to not feeling so stuck and knowing that there's something totally not right about all this. We need change as a society and as a race that is completely losing their soul. So I'm asking all of us to start being a part of this major change and start putting solutions to a serious problem we have had now for a long time that has gotten far worse in the last 4 years, which is ultimately leading to the death. That's right, to the death of the entire Homo sapiens here. Well, that's all I had. My niece left her little pillow here, and I thought it was cute, and thought I would leave her little cat pillow. And yeah, I'm always thinking about all of you. I'm always praying for all of you and all of my clients who I know are really going through it. Some of you are really going through it. But I have some really good news. I have somebody coming on the channel on Sunday that you've all asked for this person to come back because you liked them so much. And many of you were asking me to have this person back. And they said yes. So they will be on my channel this coming Sunday. I know some people are going to see this video a long time from now. Yeah, after Thanksgiving of 2024, they will be on. So, and they told me that they have very positive information to share. And so, I'm really excited about that because that's certainly something we could all use to hear. I hope you can get off your cell phones this week. Enjoy time with the people you want to spend your holidays with. Maybe you just want to spend your holidays with yourself and or your pets. And there's nothing wrong with that. Enjoy that silence. Get off the cell phones though. Maybe try to live in the present. Maybe try to take some time. And if you are going to get on there, maybe do some research as to some places and organizations within your town that could use some help. I hope that we can all do this and maybe talk about it in the months to come. What we're all doing, maybe. We don't have to take video of it. And but we can talk about if this is collectively something we decided to go and do, and if we're noticing a major difference, because I pretty much can guarantee you that you will. The people I have told to go and do this, it has changed their lives for the better. So let's all be a part of this shift, shall we? I'm Trace Face, and it's time that we all face the truth together.